Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Watches TV, where I watch all the TV shows, and then I come over here and I talk about them. So if you like to talk about TV shows, why not come over here and hang out and talk with me? Okay, today I am going to do a rundown. Oh my gosh. I thought last week I had covered the last episode of Thousand Pound Sisters, but they put out another episode, and I have to tell you, I started getting so many direct messages from people, and they're like, Peter, they put out another episode of Thousand Pound Sisters. Did you know? Are you going to cover it? Then people are like, well, it's kind of just like them going down memory lane. Are you going to cover it? I was like, well, if they put out another episode, I'm going to cover it. Of course I am. I'm going to watch everything Thousand Pound Sisters. So I was like, of course I'm going to cover it. So last night I watched it. So many people asked me, they're like, are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? So this video better hit 10,000. Yeah, right, on a Thousand Pound Sisters video. Anyway, let's get into what this okay. Season 7 of Thousand Pound Sisters wrapped up last week, okay? With Tammy's skin removal surgery, and then Amy talking about how Tammy needed to be knocked down a few points, all this kind of stuff, and that she was going to be the one that did it. It ended very, very dramatically. If you've ever watched Thousand Pound Sisters before, every other season has ended on a very, very positive note. I kind of wonder if that's not why they did this, to not like, I don't know, TLC production's so weird to me, first of all. I don't understand half their choices that they make, but I kind of wondered if they wanted to like end the season on a positive note, because they usually always kind of do. But there's a lot of speculation that there's not going to be another season, okay? I will tell you this, if you watch, the previous seasons have come out like in September. This season came out in what, May? So I believe that this year we're going to actually get, people are like, oh no, it ended, it was like a goodbye. They did this like going down memory lane, which was what the episode that I'm going to be talking about. People are like, this was like the goodbye episode, like it's over. They even say at the end of it, like Tammy says we're not Thousand Pound Sisters anymore, and Amy says we're Thousand Pound Family, and people are like they've wrapped up all the storylines. No. Okay, this is the deal, okay? And I don't have any inside knowledge, but I'm just going to tell you I watch enough TV shows to know. They would not have ended it with Amy and Tammy coming for each other in the last episode, and then they don't follow each other on social media anymore, okay? And I don't know if that's for marketing or if it's really going on. I did a video on my drama channel where I was talking about how somebody saw them at a meet and greet and they were sitting at the same table, but they weren't really interacting a whole lot. So I don't know about that, but there's no way. This season, I felt like part one of a season. So what I think is going to happen is, I think we got this season, and this season was shorter too. This was 9 episodes with this, where last season was 11 episodes. So I think what we're going to get is, I actually am kind of, I mean, it's not like Sister Wives, but I think we're going to start getting longer and longer seasons. I think September we're going to get another season of Thousand Pound Sisters. And I think it's going to cover Tammy's relationship with Andrea. I think it's going to really talk about the family division, about Amy's wedding. It's going to be Amy's wedding. A lot of rumors are coming about Amy's wedding, speculation about other things. Is she pregnant? Is she not pregnant? A lot of people are speculating about that. So I think that's what the next season is going to be about. And I think we're going to get it earlier. I think we're going to see that. I mean, she wants to get married in October. I think we're going to see that in September or October, I think. And TLC really never gives a lot of notice about their shows. I mean, the reason why I thought last week was the end was because TLC put it up on their channel. Watch the finale tonight. They didn't see, and next week we're going to do it down the memory lane. TLC, I don't know who is doing your marketing over there, but y'all are horrible marketers, okay? Because if you got people hyped up and said, oh, we renewed this show, or, I mean, every other show in the world, any Netflix show, it'll say, like, it got renewed for 2 seasons before it's even over yet, you know? It's like, or it's even, the whole thing's out yet. And TLC's, I mean, Sister Wives will be coming out in a week, and they'll say, oh, the next season of Sister Wives is coming out. I don't know why they do it. It's so weird to me that TLC does that. It's so bizarre. It's like any TLC show. And I've talked to some of the people behind the scenes. I can remember talking to Amy a couple years ago and being like, did it get renewed again? She's like, we don't know yet. We haven't heard anything, you know? So it's so bizarre to me. But a lot of people are speculating that that this is the last, they're not going to end Thousand Pound Sisters like this. Thousand Pound Sisters views are up, by the way. But they're also speculating that because TLC is really pushing Thousand Pound Roomies with Jazz and Nisha, which I absolutely love. I love that show. It's one of my new favorite shows. Yes, I am going to be watching Virgins. I'm going to be watching it the next 2 nights, and I did 2 videos over on this channel today, so I might do 2 videos tomorrow over this channel. I don't know. But yes, I'm covering it. I love so much Thousand Pound Roomies. But I just have to tell you, but people are speculating that because TLC is pushing Thousand Pound Roomies so hard that it's going to be their new Thousand Pound Sisters. Could we get a new Sister Wives. Actually, I'm really hoping for a Sister Wives season 20 and 21 and 22 because people love those videos on my channel. So I am hoping that we get 5 more seasons of Sister Wives. Just destroy that family as much as you possibly can. Anyway, but I have to tell you, I loved this so much. I actually, I can go right into my DMs because I DM'd her about it. Hold on a second. So Nisha from 1,000 Pound Roomies, who I love so much, here's 1,000 Pound Roomies. So she put up on her Instagram story today. Okay, here she is. I love her so much. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. Okay, and I love Jazz too. But she put this up. I was going to almost make a drama video about it today. Okay, but I know that they're not famous enough yet. But she put up on there, and I cracked up. I sent her a DM, and I said something like, I live for this or something. She put, let me save y'all some time. Don't DM me asking if I can get you on TV. Just because you see me on TV don't mean I'm the TV plug. Have a nice day. I was like, girl, I live. What did I message her? I'll tell you what I messaged her. I messaged her. She's usually good about responding. She messages. I put a picture of a salad the other day, and she said it looks amazing. I love that. But I said, girl, I love this so much. I love Nisha and Jazz. Okay. So anyway, let me get into my notes. So this just kind of felt like a bonus episode to me. I mean, they won't do a reunion. This is the thing about a reunion, okay? Like, the Slaytons would bring it, okay? This is why it's stupid they don't do a reunion. Because unlike the Browns that won't talk about shit, okay? Can you imagine, like, I mean, if the interviewer said to Amy, well, why'd you say you were gonna, you know, knock Tammy down a few pegs just because she lost some weight. She thinks she can judge people. Amy would go in. Tammy would go in. But it would be hilarious, too, because thrown in there would be a bunch of, like, Amanda looking at Tammy being like, baby, you better not come out of pocket. And Chris being like, God willing and the creek don't rise, which is how this episode ended. I mean, it would be hilarious. Them not doing a reunion is a really missed opportunity. And it's not because they won't sit down for a reunion, because I think all of them would sit down for anything as long as they got a paycheck. I think they would do anything. So I think it's a real missed opportunity that they're not doing a reunion. They could just do it at the diner up the street. I think that would be hilarious. Do it at the fucking cousin. Do it at the Chinese buffet, baby. I would live, okay? I would live all day long. So this episode was just them kind of going down memory lane. Now, they went back to season 1 and showed a lot of stuff from season 1. And this is why people are kind of thinking this is like a goodbye. I didn't get that from it at all. But anyway, they're going down memory lane. And literally, and they are going to go visit all the people and places that made them who they are today, and they're going to visit some of their favorite memories from, like, the last seasons. Now, what's interesting about this is, like, Vanderpump Rules did an episode like this, on season 5. Some of the Housewives, they've done episodes like this. This does not surprise. There's been other TV shows. I think Sister Wives did this, like, on season, 4 or 5. This doesn't seem to me like the end. This seems like, baby, we're in it for the long run. Like, we're going to have us 15 seasons. That's what it felt like to me, you know? Especially because at the end of it, they say that... I think it's Amanda says something like, to new adventures. Their story isn't over yet, it's just beginning. And then Chris says, God willing and the creek don't rise. It's like perfect how they end this episode. But anyway, they go down this memory lane and it starts, and Tammy's like, let's get the show on the road. So they go back to where it all started, which was the duplex they lived in. Okay, I have to tell you, I was a little devastated. That to me is like a reality TV historical monument, okay? It's like the house in Lanford for Roseanne. Like, well, that's not reality TV, but I don't know. It's like it's like Vicki Gunvalson's first house on, Orange County or something like that. Like, they demolished the duplex. Was it so? Did y'all think, like, they had to demolish it because it looked so bad? Amy goes, oh, they're doing a redo on it. I go, Amy, you are not that dumb. A redo, they demolished the house, and right in front of it is like this wig mannequin head, just like on this pole. It was so creepy, strange. But anyway, so they're at this duplex, and they're talking about this is where they started on season 1. First of all, throughout the whole episode, they show, like, and they weigh themselves later, so I'll get to that, but I'll tell you what their weights were when they started and where they are now. But, like, I mean, Amy is the one that's, a lot of people are criticizing for saying she's gained a lot of weight back. Go back and look at these scenes from season 1. Amy has lost a ton. She's lost 150 pounds and kept it off. Amy looks incredible compared to where she started. Tammy is like a completely different person. Chris, from some of the pictures they showed in the past, I mean, Amanda, all of them look great. Misty looks unbelievable. She looks so good. And she's literally lost like the least amount of weight of all of them. I think she had the least to lose. But I was just like, when they show scenes from back in the day, I kind of forgot. I mean, they have massively lost so much weight. So they're at the duplex, and they're talking about it being demolished. They're talking about how they used to live next to each other. I was like, oh, I loved those seasons. And when they show the scene where Tammy's sick during the lockdown, and Amy's like in the window bringing her groceries, and she's like, eat a banana, bitch. And she's like, it's good for you. And I don't know. I loved those scenes back in the day. I just loved those scenes. Tammy talks about how back then she couldn't find clothes that even fit her. Now she can't keep her clothes on because they're always falling off of her. I'm like, gal, get a belt. Get a belt. Then they start talking about the ghost cat. I was like, oh shit, I forgot all about this. I love the ghost cat scenes, which I guess they named Cater Wedge. I don't remember that. They go and talk about that. And they talk about that this was the house that Amy got her surgery in, where she got married, where she became a mom. Tammy talks about not being able to walk to the mailbox. So they decided they're going to walk to the end of the road. I can remember when the doctor said you have to walk 75 steps a day, Dr. Smith, and Tammy couldn't do 75 steps. She wasn't willing to do 75 steps a day. I mean, the inspiration of these people on this show is just amazing to me. I was watching, I was thinking to myself, this show literally physically saved this family. I mean, all of them, even though some of them are still heavier, are in so much better health shape than they were, I mean, when this show started. So, then they're on the way to the next place, and Amy's talking about how she needs her snacky snacks, and so Tammy gives her the gummy worms, and then she starts choking on these gummy worms, and then she's fine. Then they go up and pick up Misty and Amanda on the side of the road. That was kind of cute how they did this whole thing. I mean, it was so 1,000-pound sisters. I loved it. And they were talking about how they're going to go back to places in their childhood. They're talking about when Chris was driving Amy and Tammy to Atlanta to go to the doctor's appointment. And Tammy was in the back seat, and Chris, like, slammed on the brakes. Do you guys remember that? Oh, my God. I felt so bad for Tammy, and she, like, rolled into the seats and stuff. Then they're going to their dad's house, this guy Jesse, who they've never shown in one episode or ever even talked about. It's apparently, like, they're not, like, legally, but, like, their adopted dad. Some guy that they, like, knew through the family that they called dad, and that he's been, like, a good role model, he and his wife, for years. Misty says they kind of adopted him when they were younger. They talk about, Misty says that he taught her how to castrate a pig, and Amy and Tammy are laughing about it. Then he starts talking about when they go meet him. He's a really nice guy, he and his wife. I think her name's Kay. And they're like in this big like pole barn out the back. And it so reminds me of the Midwest. I mean, my aunt and uncle that I used to go visit in the summers when I was a little kid, they live in a farm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It totally reminded me of their pole barn at their farm. So he's talking about seeing Tammy walk around. He's like, I mean, gosh, she couldn't even walk around before. Look at her now. And she's doing all this stuff. He tells a story about how, the wife tells a story about when Misty first met her. And she's like, I'm tired of all these women coming around here trying to take his money and all this kind of stuff. They're talking about when Amy was like younger, she was like a real smart aleck to him and all the other adults. And that she wasn't intimidated by him at all. And they tell them about being royalty, that they found out that they're royalty. Then Tammy and Misty get up in this tractor. Tammy's never been in a tractor before. This was like the season of firsts for Tammy, which is why it's not going to end. Like, on all the seasons of firsts for Tammy, I mean, her life's just getting started. People are speculating that they're going to give Tammy like her own spinoff show. They're going to give Tammy her own spinoff show where Chris, Misty, and Amanda and Amy are all like co-characters. I mean, that's 1,000-Pound Sisters. It's what it is already. I mean, maybe they'll change the title of the show, but I doubt it. Then Misty's driving this tractor real slow, and Amanda and Chris are laughing at her. And they're talking about how Tammy could get up easier in the tractor. And so they go back and forth and they show old scenes than she could in the double-decker bus in London. Then they go to the junkyard where they very, very first weighed themselves. I can remember watching that episode with Tammy and Amy, and it was like so heart-wrenching to watch. I felt so bad for them. They kind of laugh at it now, but if you remember the scene, the reason they went there was nowhere else that they could go and get themselves accurately weighed. So they had to go to this junkyard to get weighed. It was a really hard episode to watch way back in season 1. And it's the same guy that weighed them then. So here are their current weights and what their weights were. Amy was 406, and she's now 249. She kind of beats herself up for a second, and Tammy's like, Amy, you lost 150 pounds and kept it off. I mean, that is amazing. Like, let's just talk about that. I mean, 150 pounds, and she kept it off through 2 kids. Like, that's pretty amazing. Tammy was 605, and she's now 216. But this episode was shot, so it's all done in one day. It was shot before the skin removal surgery. And when they go for the skin removal surgery, I think Tammy's like 201, and then they took like 10 or 20 pounds off of her. So she's well under 200 pounds at this point. Amy, and at this point is when Amy's like, people think I'm jealous of you. She's like, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I'm not jealous. It was a really sweet moment. Amanda was almost 400 pounds, and now she's 227. Amanda looks incredible. Misty was 232, and now she's 167. Chris was 520. They showed some of these pictures of Chris. I was like, he didn't even look like himself at all. And now he's 268. I feel like through all of it, I mean, Tammy's done a lot of work, but Chris is like, with the workouts and all that kind of stuff, he's really busting mass. Then they get on the scale, all of them together, and they're 1,127 pounds for the family total. And Tammy says, we're not the 1,000-pound sisters anymore. We're the 1,000-pound family. Then they go back to their high school. Amanda talks about how she's always getting into trouble, and she got in trouble with the coach because she asked him if he was allergic to deodorant. I think Amanda and I would have been friends in high school. I just think that we would have. I kind of love Amanda so much. But anyway, Tammy says that they're going when they're driving, they're talking about their favorite subjects, and Tammy's like, her favorite subject was lunch. They show all their senior pictures, which I absolutely lived for. That was like one of my favorite moments, was them showing their senior pictures. Then Amy and Tammy start talking about their YouTube channel when they started it. Chris was like, I just didn't get it, blah, blah, blah. Well, I covered Amy and Tammy back in the day on my drama channel. And I remember people used to speculate that they thought Chris was behind it. That he was like the brains to whatever genius Amy and Tammy was, which we know in retrospect was no genius at all. It's so innocent that they started it because they just wanted to meet people online. I mean, when they were showing those clips, I was like, oh my God, this is the YouTube that I miss. Like this, they just started it to just do whatever the hell they wanted to do. That is a YouTube that I miss. Now everybody's thinking about thumbnails and algorithms. They didn't give a shit. That was a YouTube that I fell in love with. I mean, not necessarily their channels, but like when people just get on video, I mean, that's why I still do a lot of those videos on my channels of just like, let me do like, show you all my hat collections and whatever. Because that's the kind of stuff that I loved watching back in the day. But I think it's funny that you find out now that all the siblings made fun of them for their YouTube channel, which if they weren't, they didn't have their YouTube channel, they would never have this show, which I think is kind of ironic, right? Then this is when they go to school. They're walking through the school. They talk to the teacher or the principal that was some of their teachers. And they're talking about how, I love this, Amanda and Misty are talking about pizza and Friday. And it kind of made me sad. I mean, I think they don't focus so much on how poor they were growing up, but it kind of comes out sometimes. And Amanda says that we were too poor for sports, so we were always in detention, which I thought was kind of a sad statement. I think it's one way how we don't really realize how people from lower economic statuses are really like stigmatized even in school systems. I can remember a lot of kids, I mean, I was bullied horribly when I was growing up for being effeminate, but I can remember a lot of kids being bullied for being dirty or poor or whatever. I don't know, it's just kind of sad a little bit to me seeing them walk through the school. And at the end, Tammy said going back was like slapping the haters in their faces. It was like we made something of ourselves. And that was really kind of like a cool scene for me. I've shared enough about that on my vlog, but I had that kind of moment at my 20-year high school reunion. It turned out fantastic. I went because I was like, I'm going to show these people they didn't keep me down. And then everybody was so nice to me. And I was like, oh, okay. But I love that Tammy said that. Then they go to the boat ramp to end the day on a good note because it's Tammy's like special place. It's like she loves this place. And they talk about the last time that they were near there was when it was after Caleb passed away, and Amy and Tammy lit the lanterns and then they wouldn't float off. I forgot one of them actually floated off. I thought they all just kind of like went to the ground. She's got more of them, but they're the ones that you float in water. And so she wants everybody to say something that they're letting go of. Y'all, why am I crying at the end of a 1,000-Pound Sisters episode? I cried during this part so much. And so they talk about what they're going to let go of, and then they float their ladders. It was really emotional. They all started crying. Tammy says she wants to keep... This just got me that. She said, I just want to keep everybody proud of me. I mean, she does it for like her family and for her fans out there looking for her. And she says, and this is to her new her. And then she dedicates it to Caleb and her grandma, which I just thought was really... I love that she continues to talk about Caleb, even, 2 seasons later, and he's passed away. I mean, it's like 3 years in real time. And I love that she dedicated it to him. I thought it was really, really sweet. Then they're on their way back, and they're like, the day was really great because it brought us all back together as a family. And they say, to new adventures. And then they say, the story isn't over, it's just beginning. And then Chris says, God willing, and the creek don't rise. It was a good episode. I thought I was going to watch it. I was going to be like, this is kind of cheesy. It was so cheesy and so over the top that I absolutely loved it. I love seeing scenes from the first season, the house demolished and stuff like that. It was cute. It was cute. And it was no drama. So I love the drama, but sometimes I love these moments too, because I think what makes me love this show so much, I mean, I wouldn't have watched 19 seasons of Sister Wives if it was all drama. The endearing moments, the family dinners, and the celebrating the kids' graduations and stuff really, I think, made me fall in love with the family as a whole. And Thousand Pound Sisters, it's the endearing moments that I love as well, and how even though they joke with each other and they tease each other and they're mean to each other sometimes, you can really tell that all the siblings have each other's backs. And I love that. So anyway, that was Thousand Pound Sisters. That is the end. That is the end. Anyway, let me know if you watched it and what you thought in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.